Hi, welcome here. My name is Tony and I have been sharing about spiritual awakening, ego stuff, our thoughts, our mind, our emotions, so how to manage them somehow. And I'm going to tell you a short story. So I had a profound shift a few years ago, a shift in perspective. So I realized that I wasn't my body mind. I wasn't this physical body, I wasn't my thoughts, I wasn't my mind, I wasn't my emotions. And this shift in perspective changed everything. And if you are new here, I want you to stick around here until the end, because what I am about to share could change everything. It has changed my life and it could change yours. This is not a thing that we are somehow accustomed to hear. So please just listen to this message. So today I'm going to make a drawing to explain you what we are in essence, what obscures our profound essence and deepens the sense of separation that we have with everyone and everything, with the world somehow. We are going to speak about the attention, how to relax the attention and awaken to what we profoundly are, consciousness itself. We will also speak about this thinker, the sense of identity. Does this thinker truly exist, or it's a procreation of the mind? So we will discover this throughout the video. So what is this I that appears at the beginning of each sentence? What precedes this I? Let's investigate. You think that this I is you. But what is this I? So this I carries all your past, all your projections into the future, all the ideas and thoughts about yourself. But I tell you, this is incorrect. This is not true. This is not you. So let's discover this with this drawing. Thank you, my son, for lending me his board. So this is what we call me, the egoic I, the thinker, the sense of identification with thought, the physical body and the mind. So this is the egoic I. So you learned to believe that you are this, that the subject is this body-mind. And you came to think that thoughts, emotions and sensations belongs to you. So from this perspective, you think that all the rising of object, when I say object is thoughts, sensations and emotions, belong to this. Thoughts, emotions, and sensations. So there is something that perceives all these objects, a subtle sense of presence that seems to reside just behind the eyes. So it seems to be located behind the eyes, but in truth, this is everywhere. So consciousness is everywhere. So again, it's a metaphor, but it seems to be here. So see as consciousness. So from consciousness itself arises something we call attention. So the focused point of consciousness that directs itself towards object. So this is the attention that directs itself towards object, towards thoughts, emotions, sensations, or even outer objects like the world. So this is what we call the attention. So in non-duality, the mind is not a separate thing. It's, I would say, the flow of thoughts, feelings, and memories arising within consciousness, within you. It somehow shapes the way you perceive the world and gives rise to the sense of identity. So the attention is the focused point of consciousness, capable of shifting toward anything, inner manifestations, such as thoughts, emotions, sensations, feelings, and memories, or outer phenomena like the body and the world of object. So you have the ability to direct attention anywhere. You can try this now. Feel the sensation in your left hand. So you can feel some tingling, warmth, cold, energy, vibrations. So now shift your your attention to your right foot. So feel the sensation of your right foot. Return to your left hand again. So what moves from one place to the other is this, the attention. Now simply consider this. What happens if you allow attention to relax? Instead of narrowing it onto one point, soften it. Let it spread out, opening to the entire field of experience. Not to words, not to objects, but to the whole periphery of being. So when attention fully relaxes, thoughts, emotions, and sensation and the sense of identity lose their grip. They fade because nothing sustains them. So the attention is like the bridge between consciousness and the mind. So when the bridge dissolves, the mind itself falls silent, leaving space for what is truly there, consciousness. So without attention fastening onto things, nothing exists except this moment, pure reality. Attention and consciousness are not you. Attention is simply the movement of consciousness itself. But most of the time, attention is captured unconsciously, pulled into the stream of thoughts, emotions, and sensations, I would say into the mind. But awakening doesn't mean forcing attention anywhere, but allowing it to rest back into itself, to return to the source, what you truly are, consciousness itself. So the purpose here is to stop directing attention towards anything, allowing it to naturally return to its own source, consciousness itself, where nothing else truly exists. So if we stop directing it towards anything, this no longer exists, and there is only consciousness. So consciousness is not something singular or limited. It's the source of everything. When you realize that you are this, you also see that all things arise from the same source. And in that deep recognition, the sense of separation from others naturally dissolves. So most people believe they are separate from others because of this ego, the sense of identity. The ego is a thought system that maintains the illusion of separation from God, from others, and from the whole. So consciousness is the source of everything. We are not separate. The sense of separation, this is the biggest illusion of all. So we are not separate. So I'm going to make a new drawing for you to understand that we are not separate, that the sense of separation is a pure illusion. So are the human beings there? There is trees. There is even non-alive objects like a house. I mean, the earth. So you can check the Africa, United States, Europa. So everything comes from the same source. So what lies behind your eyes, consciousness, is the same source that animates all things, the living presence that sustains every cell and holds every atom together. So we are not separate. So the sense of separation is created by the sense of identity, which is a pure illusion. So consciousness is the source of everything. So it may seem like an intellectual understanding, but this is something you can directly realize in this very life. So when you realize the oneness with everything, this is pure love. And you can awaken to this truth. So if you are interested in this, I created many content about how to awaken to this truth, how to awaken to the illusion, how to wake up from this illusion. Much love.